Hello, internets. This is BoneCarlos coming to you live from Star Station. I said Derelict Washer. Nav, right next to me, said Star Station. Who knows what it is? If I'm right, thumbs up. If Nav is wrong, thumbs down. How you doing, buddy?
I like the way you set that up.
I'm just saying, man. We had a long discussion to the viewers that are viewing right now. It really went on for about 47 minutes. We might have talked about something else, but majorly we were talking about what this map name was. Neither of us decided to look it up. Whatever. It happened. The players today are going to be none other than Azamato spawning as the Blue Terran, already pushing out his SCV to build a supply depot at the top of the ramp. His opponent doing exactly the same thing is NVM, forever be known as Nevermind, because that's just easier to say than NVM. Doing the exact same build, and both these players are masters. TVT, Nav, you are expert in all things masters, grand masters, and even pro level. Terran, what's going on in this situation? Why are you laughing? What's going on?
Well, I'm definitely flattered that you think so. That's a pretty hefty expectation to live up to right now. The way you boasted that.
Do your best, man.
No, but we're honestly right now here, both players throwing down barracks. I'm expecting to see at least a Reaper or two from either side, because what I've been seeing a lot of lately in my own personal gameplay is get a Reaper up in there, poke around, not even necessarily shoot at stuff, because you're a lot faster than everything else in the field. You're gonna heal, so the damage is gonna eventually go away, and you're gonna get an idea of what your opponent's doing without having to waste a scan.
Very true. And well, a little bit of a difference is Azamato went refinery first, and never mind. Scouted this, saw the refinery going down before the barracks, and he knows a Reaper is coming, because I do believe that was an 11-11 barracks timing with that refinery. So Azamato already has 100 gas. The barracks actually not putting down a tech lab or a reactor, but decides to go a Reaper, and he decides to put down a factory instead. Both players timing on that orbital command about the same, but Azamato going for that early factory. What is he thinking?
That's a very early factory. I mean, one thing he could be doing is a really fast tank push. You gotta remember, it's now in HOTS after that change, so we're no longer having to research siege. You can get a siege tank out or two, get some marines and a bunker set up, and basically get a little early contain going a lot quicker. And just go up for like some kind of 1-1-1 contain into an expansion and just get ahead of your opponent. That could be a possibility. He could be going for Widow Mine drops, Hellion drops. We'll just have to wait and see what he does with this factory after. Tech lab, reactor, go right for a starport. Starport.
There it is. So starport's going down, so maybe a reactor's going to go ahead and put down on that factory a tech lab. Banshee? Cloaked Banshee? I mean, it seems like both players are going along that same tech path, but Azamato's doing it a little bit faster with that faster refinery. So immediately putting down a tech lab. Both players are doing the same exact build order, but Azamato just pulling it out just a little bit faster with that earlier refinery. But a command center going down by Nevermind, so never mind that idea. Tech lab, factory, what he's going to build out of this? Tank, siege mode, already built in. Looks like a starport being switched up. Cloak might be researched as soon as he has that, there it is. Cloak Banshee. Nevermind has nothing there. I mean, he does have these marines there to shoot up. He does have an orbital command for a scan. Right now he's only at 23, 24, 25 energy, but as soon as that Banshee gets across the field of play, it will have enough for a scan. As long as Nevermind can hold off this Cloaked Banshee sort of play, I mean, this siege tank is being put down for a Reaper, missile turret being put down. Nevermind is just metagaming Azamato out the wazoo, and with that early command center, he's fine. I am curious as to why he's putting down a bunker right there at his at his main, right next to his main.
That is a little bit curious, and maybe he's even has the possibility of a Hellbat drop, I mean, and he could just drop the Hellbats right on top of the siege tank. I mean, that is something that I've actually had happened, where the one time I faced a Hellbat drop, that he just dropped the Hellbats directly on the SCVs trying to repair the Thor during a Thor rush. And I was essentially helpless by the time he roasted them all, got him back in the ship, pieced them out.
So there it is. That might, you know what? You're right.
It's
He's
a possibility.
yeah, no, he's definitely just crossing everything off the list. Anything that Azamato could possibly do, he's trying to just get himself as safe as possible. Meaning that he's going for a long-term play. But with this Widow Mine there at the bottom, he's gonna go ahead and poke forward with this Banshee. Cloak is there available, but he's gonna cut in Cloak and just go ahead and go away. A scan does reveal it. Banshee down. There goes any early aggression by Azamato. He has nothing at the moment. No follow-up Banshee there to attack. I don't even think it got a single kill. Azamato has to feel really pretty silly right now, especially since he's just building his command center. It's at 50%. While at the same time, never mind. Already floating his over. Already an orbital command. Already floating it over to the natural expansion.
Yep, getting a bunker down here for just a little bit of beginning preliminary defense here, and then most likely we'll see probably him move those Marines and siege tanks down here. So he's got to getting the Viking down here. So no, I don't see those Banshees doing anything effective at all. And he's just, to me, if I would try to take a sneaky third base or something to really just get himself just staggeringly far ahead at this point.
And right now, Azamato, I think how I feel is out of Azamato's play. He cut corners here and there, good in that early refinery. Going straight for that Cloak Banshee, pulling up that Raven Viking combination to push away Nevermind's possible cookie cutter build order in a TVT. Nevermind decided not to play whatsoever. Didn't get out a Banshee. He felt the need that, you know what, I could defend with a missile turret in my mineral line. Luckily for him, he was able to put down that Cloak Banshee with just a single scan and Marine combination. Now he's sitting pretty with his defense, while Azamato is waiting for Nevermind's offense, which is not going to happen. And with Nevermind in the lead, with Harvesters, with income, in the long run, Nevermind's going to win.
Yep, I mean, it's going to take some really bad engagements to get Azamato back into this game. I mean, it's happened before. I've been down a base or had no intention of throwing down another base, and my opponent throwing down a base about a minute or two sooner than I would have liked, and just having to go in there and just have the best engagement. I mean, it is possible, but it's just going to be rough.
And right now, I think Azamato is actually feeling the pressure. He's pushing out right now with his units when Nevermind is really just entrenched just a little bit. I mean, he has a bunker, siege tank combination right up into his natural expansion, and he's pushing forward into what could possibly be a bad engagement like you were talking about. And since Azamato is already behind economically, this could just be the game losing decision right now.
He needs to get into position now. That Marine just saw him. He looks at the positioning here. He's got 3 tanks. He could, the Viking count here could be the difference here. 2 Vikings versus 1. Does have a Raven for PDD though, so we'll see. He could try to elevate it right here. I like this, but I hate it.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially
it's been done to me. It's very
frustrating.
And
especially if these 2 Vikings could actually, now there's 2 medevacs there.
Drop a point
there it is.
Come on.
High ground. Siege Tank's gonna go ahead and volley from a distance, take down that SCV building, that command center.
Puts down auto turns instead. I would have really thought this is a lot better idea if he would have put down a PDD. Could have made those Vikings completely useless.
Right now, that command center is canceled, save themselves 300 minerals. Marines do stim forward. They're gonna go ahead and try to take down that Raven, but now with 37 energy, it has nothing, and Azamato is just going to shell away at Nevermind. Oh man, getting.
So even getting some SCVs there too.
Looking at the workers kill count, 6 workers killed by Azamato, and now he's just gonna be happily shelling away. And this is the thing that I love about TVT and also hate at the same time that can be so frustrating as a Terran player. One minor misstep, you lose your entire front. I mean, he's gonna go ahead and push forward with a siege tank and try to take out something here. A little Viking's gonna go ahead and poke away at the Raven. One more volley will take it out. It's down to 5 whole damage health. This Viking is going to go ahead and poke away at these medevacs, trying to shoot away. And at the same time, it looks like Azamato is just scanning at the high ground. SCVs are trying to busy repairing this barracks. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be in the favor of the SCVs. And look at that. And Nevermind has finally managed to shoo away all of the medevacs. Final scan does manage to get a couple of the high ground vision. But as soon as that goes down, and Nevermind is going to go ahead and push forward in position, shoo away with his Marines. Azamato feels this, pulls back. Great decision by him.
Yeah, the only thing I really like right now is to see him get a huge control of the skies, because right now, what repelled that push? The Viking count.
No, very true.
And you know that's one thing Azamato stimming back to his base, you know, showing those Marines, look, you need a hustle. You know, take some drugs.
Well,
drugs are good, okay? That's what the Terran Army believes. Not necessarily anyone in this cast, but that's what the Terran Army believes.
I like that. Disclaimers all around. He's going and pushing around a Marine back, taking that watchtower. He did the damage necessary. He did the damage he felt he needed to do and pulled on back. I love this. I love what Azamato is doing. Look at the food differential. Nevermind with 86 out of 86. He's pulling down mass supply depots because he just needs to. Azamato with 133 out of 145. Looking at the units lost cab. Wow, 30 units lost by Nevermind, 2,200 resources, 9 by Azamato, 1,400. That's exactly what he needed to pull himself back in the game, and now he's shoring up his defenses. He's putting up missile turrets left and right for potential drops, for potential cloaked banshees. Nothing yet in his main base, but he has the armory, and, oh man, upgrade vehicle and ship weapons, level 1, all in one.
I've got to say here, I mean, between these two, they're actually voting. This vote's a case for why I may not hate TVT as much. Like, this almost looks interesting. I almost think I could play this style.
Right now, it's tank Marine versus tank Marine. The only difference is Azamato has no Vikings. Nevermind has a total of 5. He's going to go ahead and push forward. Maybe, hopefully, trying to pick off a single medevac. He's going to go ahead and swing up to the north side to just dispel any sort of drops. Great.
I really think if Azamato just came in and just stemmed up, rushed in, sieged up his tanks immediately, I really think he can take this army.
Well, right now it's 1-1. Definitely has the Marine count in his favor. Look at the unit count, 44 for Azamato, 30 by Nevermind, and now he's pulling up. Nevermind is pulling up the rest of his units, but he does have 6 siege tanks already sieged up. While at the same time, it looks like Azamato has the same amount of siege tanks, but non-siege, and he's just trying to just poke around, making sure that both players are just using up whatever resources they have available. Orbital scans, putting down. Oh, look at that! Factories are being put down. Oh man, he already has his 3rd base. He feels in control, and as well he should.
Yeah, I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do here. And what I wanted to really talk about with that push that I liked so much was just the fact that he got a good angle. He took out several supply depots, a handful of SCVs. There were Marines trickling out for a while after that too, so he did lose some, several Marines because of that. There was just, it wasn't just like, say, unit damage, or it wasn't just one thing. Like, it was just a lot of good damage in general here. Really would like to see him back off here now, but he could definitely, this is not advantage him at this point.
With those, he did try to poke forward with a single medevac to get himself that field of vision he needed for those long volley shots, but he was caught up position. I love it. Azamato pulled one back, realized he wasn't in a position to do that much damage, pulled on back, and he loaded up everything onto these medevacs. No, he just decided not to go for a doom drop or anything of the sort, especially with those Vikings on the field of play. Not going to chance it. And he just decides to head on back home. And he has the 3rd. He knows his opponent has the 3rd of his own. But he feels he is in the lead, especially with those. I mean, 6 worker skill count. At this stage of the game, really not that big of a deal. But when it actually did happen, it was very much of a big deal because he was able to get his 3rd base up so much sooner than his opponent. Azamato, and it shows. Azamato, 196 over 196. Nevermind, 170 over 200. Oh, man.
Yep, really lets him just kind of get a good angle and just get in there. He may have to even just load up a couple drop ships, sprinkling those units on top. Maybe some kind of flank maneuver or something, kind of like go from the front and drop some along the back. Gotta get creative with TVT. You can't just run into an entrenched position and expect it to go okay.
This is not. And here it comes. Looks like the Marines stem forward, pull on back on both sides. Long shell volleys from the siege tanks. Both players are just scanning to the heart's content. Vikings are going to go ahead and push forward, try to get that field of vision. Azamato decides again to pull on back, but Nevermind is he might be out of position. All Azamato has to do is pick up and drop at his natural expansion. Nevermind sees that, tries to pull on back, gets the high field of vision. Both players are just scanning to the heart's content. A single medevac boosts forward to try to get himself vision. These Siege Tanks see that they're out of position. Unfold, head on back. This could have been deadly for Nevermind, but he managed to react in time to cut off Azamato, and now here he comes. Both, it looks like Nevermind's gonna go ahead and push forward, stim forward. At the same time, Azamato recalls that or counters that with his own stim, and look at the shell of volleys from both players. Both players just decide to give themselves a rain of death, and who comes out the victor? Nevermind, because of his superior tank count. I mean, at the point he has 8. I do believe he only lost 2 or 3, and Azamato, he's down to 143, 147 out of 200. Well, Nevermind has 177, one bad engagement.
Yeah, but it's just because of the fact he was on, Nevermind got sieged up a lot quicker, and those Marines, and just one thing I want to say again and again, with this style of battle, you've got one player with a healthy amount of Vikings. Really doesn't have all that many if you think about it. How many does he have? 5. The other player, no Vikings at all. So those medvacs are in constant danger from getting sniped. He needs to just get out a large Viking count. That's really what he needs. Medvacs, yeah, some of them will be helpful. Or if you're doing a doom drop, you just gotta nut up and just go for it. And you need a lot of medvacs for that, sure. But after what we've seen, I really feel like the fact that Nevermind's been owning the skies, that's what's been keeping him in this game.
So there you go, a little bit of a tidbit of information. I mean, even a couple of Vikings just to control the air, especially when vision is so important, and you can't say vision is not important when scans are going off left and right. Both players are currently on 1, 2, 3, 4 bases, and they're just mirroring each other so well. And this is why TBT is always considered a chess match, because it could come down to the same build order, but the positioning of both players is all the difference. In Azamato, yeah, there it is.
Look at this. He's doing a little split.
And
doing a
there
little
it
split
is.
up.
And this could be a backbreaker, even though this might not do that much of a damage. And Azamato forced to split off. He sieges up. I'm gonna go ahead and just push forward. Azamato's gonna go ahead and take out plenty of siege tanks at the same time, but with the siege tanks, oh, his own siege tanks are there, scanning left and right. He's gonna go ahead and take the top half of this map, siege up, and he's gonna go ahead and have the range necessary to attack and volley these SCVs. SCVs are gonna go ahead and try to just panic click on that planetary fortress, try to heal up, but no, the damage is being done to those SCVs. How many were killed? 7. And I think 6 were killed in that initial volley. So now, worker skill count even. Azamato has the advantage. He can no longer mine out of this 4th base, while at the same time, Nevermind happily mining out of his 4th. This is wow, back and forth.
It very much is. It's almost like a chess match here, guy. All this, you know, in this type of matchup, you really need to have map presence here. These planetaries, the constant scans. I mean, this is what TBT
right now,
is
long
about.
shell bombardment on that planetary fortress. What I would love for Nevermind to do is just target down these SCVs and bring them down as much as possible. But at the same time, it looks like he's just building up his marine count. He's happily mining out of his 3rd and 4th base. And will this planetary fortress go down? Did he stopped repairing it?
Yep,
Oh wow.
He did. He does have this extra orbital down here, so not the worst possible loss,
Yeah.
but
That was
something
yeah,
that
that's
you did not
400
want
minerals
to see
for the initial command center, plus another 150, 104. And he looks like he's going to go ahead and push forward. And these siege tanks unsiege at precisely the wrong moment. A nice little pincher hammer and anvil sort of attack. And it looks like Azamato just crushes Nevermind's force. But at the same time, Nevermind pushes forward and takes out the 4th. And he's going to go ahead and have free reign over that natural expansion. It looks like Azamato's going to go ahead and try to stream forward, but a single file force into that siege line is not what you want. Nevermind decides to say, you know what, I did the damage necessary. I'm going to pull on back, siege up, hold ground, and show from a distance. This is not looking good for Azamato. He's been on the back heel this entire game. It feels like a boxer is just being pushed forward, and he feels it. He's going to go ahead and push forward with his Marine Marauder count, but the concave is just too high for Nevermind. Long distance shelling from those siege tanks is going to go ahead and punish all of those, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and pick up and drop directly on those siege tanks, and siege on siege. Azamato clears this up.
Yeah, I mean, he even is still ahead in the supply count,
my
too.
lord.
Although he does have one of the almighty battle cruisers being built.
Battle cruisers. Battle cruisers. Will that come into effect in this game? I mean, both players are equal in harvest count, equal-ish, 61 to 66. One can never account for those OP mules. Will this battle cruiser come into effect? Is what I'm wondering.
I don't know if one will or not, because, you know, Nevermind's had a pretty good Viking count most of the game, although I feel like he's a little lacking on it now. Where, yeah, his reactor starport is pretty much just hanging out, just being like, "What's up?" No real action out of it. So this is the first time we've seen him in a while have a really low air, low air count.
But at the same time, you can't ignore the bank that he's built up. 4,000 gas, 3,000 mineral, and Azamato is nearly broke. I mean, here comes another nice little engagement. Nevermind sees it, sieges up before Azamato. Azamato's caught off guard. 1, 2, 3 siege tanks go down. Almost immediately a third gets picked off, and at the same time, all of Azamato's ground forces get drilled by Nevermind siege tanks. Azamato nearly instantly maxes out, but he's going broke. He is going broke, and because he was because his 4th expansion was taken down, and because he was denied that third expansion or 4th expansion, I would say, mining for such a long time, that Azamato's feeling the pressure right now.
It very much is. No, if you get to take out this base, don't think it's gonna happen.
Too many
Probably
Marines are gonna go ahead and push on back Azamato's aggression, and he is down a lot of units. I mean, right now he has 53. I mean, Nevermind has 53 Marines, 10 siege tanks, a single Viking. On Azamato's side, 19 Marauders, 27 Marines, 1 battle cruiser. This battle cruiser is that's an interesting choice, I feel.
Yep. Well, one thing he has going for here is this battle cruiser does benefit from the new patch, you know, the combined upgrade. So that's one thing. But what I really like to see him do here is get these gas at this base here, grab the 2 gas at the other base. Yep, he'll have another 4 gas coming up pretty soon if he was able to actually hold this. Don't think he'll be able to.
No, at the same time, Nevermind shaking a page out of his own book not even 10 minutes ago. He's going to go ahead and push forward. Siege tanks are just being drilled away by the Marines. The Stim Marines are just too much. It looks like Nevermind was caught completely off guard. Siege tanks way too far away for the volley. It looks like Azamato or Nevermind is actually sieging up, but at the wrong place at the wrong time. Finally, the infantry of Azamato is there to pick off Nevermind's infantry forces as well, but now all that's left are these siege tanks, and 2 battle cruisers are going to make waste out of the siege tanks, since unfortunately they can't shoot up. Wow, I personally was judging these battle cruisers. They paid off in spades.
Yep, and he lost a lot of battle.
Yeah, he lost all of it. He lost everything. What does he have? Everything that's back at home.
Yep, and he's making 2 Vikings, 2 tanks, and a bunch of Marines, pretty much just going back for what he had before here. I mean, these battle cruisers that we could see could definitely play a factor here. He's still got this base up. I'd really like to see him maybe transfer over some SVs to those gases. He's got these 2 gases underway, so I mean he's had some good engagements. He can get back in this, but he needs to strike and take out that base quickly before these starports get up, before they start really kicking things up into high gear, because Nevermind has the economy to get battle cruisers up. He just hasn't really went that way so far. We are seeing a couple Thors from him though.
Yeah, he does have the bank. He's been lacking in the unit producing structures for a long time, and he's finally trying to get it up and ready. But that might be the that might be the nail in the coffin in Nevermind's build, that he didn't have enough starports, factories, barracks, and this command center goes down almost instantly. At the same time, Nevermind is swinging around to try to take down or retake down that 4th base that Azamato built, but Azamato felt it, lifted off, and it looks like that 3rd might go down. There's just overwhelming numbers in Azamato's favor for that natural expansion. The Thors go down almost instantly, have nothing to do with the battle cruisers on the field. Is there anything to stop Nevermind at Azamato's natural expansion? No, he's gonna go ahead and target down this orbital command. He's gonna have that 3rd and 4th.
I would just start I'm just start pumping, and just see what you can do here. It's all about who defends their base better than the other in regards to this type of situation. Ooh, rallying units though are doing absolutely nothing though, so this is almost uncontested at Nevermind base though. So we'll just kind of see here, but I don't know, man. I mean, if these starports stay up and everything, he could have the mobility advantage from the sky, but otherwise this battle is just gonna pay dividends.
After a great chess match, after a great jab, counter, it's coming down to a slugfest. Both players' base are just ravaged. We're looking at the first furnace in cam of, it looks like currently Nevermind. He's just going all over the place trying to figure out exactly what to do, landing units left and right. He still has plenty of bank. At the same time, Azamato is just flying all over the place, saying exactly what he could do. This is the great play. Both these guys were diamond level players. Am I correct? Masters level players. They're all over the place trying to figure out exactly what to do. Command centers galore, left and right. Natural expansion of Nevermind done. He still has this third base. It looks like, yeah, both players know.
He could easily run. He should run these SCVs over and surround that siege tank. They're all not gonna die from that one tank.
I see what you're talking about. And but no, he's busy repairing this planetary fortress. He's gonna send out. There he goes. A couple of SCVs are going somewhere. I don't know. Both these players. This is just coming down to the. This is it. This is it. Both players. Look at that. Look at the Viking count. We see 3, 6, 8, 9 Vikings going up against. Nothing. Here it goes. Medevac. Okay.
Yep, here. Got a bunch of Vikings and Marines here. No siege tanks though. He was being very, very passive for no reason though at the time.
But right now, all the battle cruisers are done. Nevermind was defeated.
Oh yeah, he just left right out of there. No GG, no nothing. You could tell that both players really wanted this, but it's neither want to give an inch here, and this is just a back and forth battle of engagements and where are you versus where am I. A little bit of where's Waldo mixed in there.
I saw Clifford too. I don't know. Man.
Yep, just hang out in the back.
Woo! Let's go ahead and give the recap down. Nevermind losing 478 units, resources lost 40,000. Azamato 395, almost 40,000. Oh man, where did Nevermind lose this?
I mean, he had a better composition for most of the game. He had control of the skies for a large majority of the game, and in TVT that is amazingly important. It's not the only thing, obviously, but it is a tremendously important thing. Because if you're really active with your Vikings, you can keep the medvac count low. You can keep your opponent's Viking count low. You can basically go, come on, try to take control of the skies for me. I've got this on lock. Type of thing. And you have better vision for your tanks if you have control of the skies. There's just so many reasons, but yet eventually after a while he gave up his advantage. He stopped making nearly as many Vikings. Those gratuitous amount of medvacs that Amato had, were able to heal his bio longer, do drops, get vision. I mean, that was a big part of it. And then inevitably we saw a few battle cruisers out of
Amazo.
Yes, Amazo.
The DC villain that could copy everyone's superpower? Oh,
yep. That's why he won. It's just a little bit OP. Copy Nevermind strategy. Simulated it, did it better.
For that great theory. Great theory. I mean, it was obvious what you were talking about. But I would like to say, look at the money count.
One mineral, and 1,400 gas.
Yeah, Azamato, and Nevermind had 1,800. I just think Nevermind didn't have enough unit producing structures to go toe to toe with Azamato. Azamato had a great macro, great economy, was able to produce the units he needed on the amount on the economy that he had. While Nevermind just let at one point he was floating 3,000, 4,000. Never good. But still, we could go on and on about this game. That was a great game. I really enjoyed it. It was very fabulous. Loved it. I said fabulous. We got it off of our cast, and I hope you guys
Yep.
enjoyed. If not, leave comments down below on what we could do to make this more enjoyable for you. If you have one of your own replays you'd like for us to cast, upload them to one of the major replay sites. Drop.SC's popular GG tracker as well. That's it for me. Do you have any parting words of wisdom, Nov? Excellent!
With great power.
Uh,
With great power must come
comics.
great responsibility.
Love it. All right.
Yes. Yes, that's going to be a theme for the day,
Awesome.
both in life
Later,
and on the
guys.
interweb.
That game was
Have a good
fucking
one.
nutty, dude.